Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Celta Vigo nil, Real Madrid 1. Real Madrid continue their winning start to the season with a 1-0 win away against Celta Vigo. Um, yeah, it's um, a good way to win. It's one of those games where it was really, really, really tough out there because both teams I thought were actually kind of going at each other for about 75 minutes, and it was looking like it was going to be another one of those games where you might just have to be happy with a nil-nil draw, at least take a point away, and to snatch that last 10 minutes goal, to snatch a goal in the last 10-15 minutes is honestly um, something that champions would do. And I'm not saying that I think Real Madrid will win it, even though I do. But these are the kind of results that you need, because there will be games during the season that you are not going to be um, at your 100% every game, but you need to still get through it. It's a win. It might just be one goal, but we kept the clean sheet. Kept us first. Real Madrid. Game first. Real Madrid. Clean sheet. Great debut for him. He played quite well. We'll get through the starting 11 and the subs later on. Um, but let's talk about our opponent, Celta Vigo. Now, I don't think they've had a good start to their season. I believe they drew their last game and they lost the opening game to Osasuna. So it's been a poor start for them, but they'll be alright. I think they will stay up. They've got good players. I looked at how they played today. Larson up front is good. You need another player to partner up a player like Aspas. I thought Jonathan Bamba was very good as well. He had a good chance early on, just flashed wide of the post. The defense is good. They play a 5, but occasionally I think there's gonna be like a 4 back. But they've got a good team. Of course, now that Gabriel Vega is going to the Saudi League as well, so they have lost a gem in the midfield. So it's gonna take them time to replace him. But their team is very good. It's a good team. But if you compare it to Real Madrid, you get it. You get it. So I would have expected Real Madrid to have, obviously done more. But like I said, Celta Vigo are not an easy opponent to take on. They're not going to be pushovers, really. And that is why they've been, in and around that top 10 for the past few seasons, haven't they? But yeah, I mean, I think they'll be alright. Like I said, I think they will stay up. Um, it's more about getting points from other mid-table teams, really. And hopefully, when Celta Vigo play Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, they can do something. Um, but back to Real Madrid. Um, Jude Bellingham. I mean, the first 3 games of the season, we are already talking about one man and one man only. Now, he's a machine. He's an absolute machine. Like, how people were saying, like, is Jude Bellingham going to play? Like, of course he's going to play. Of course. You're not splashing over 100 million euros on a player to not play him, And I've said many times that we should not rely on Jude Bellingham for goals. And I still stand by that. We should not just say, oh, Bellingham can score. Let's hope and pray that he's going to score 35 goals, even though he could. But where is the striker? Because when Vinicius Junior went off, I was like, who's going to come on and who's going to do the job that Vinicius Junior can do? Because you look to the bench, right? Attackers wise, you've got Joselu who came on for Vinicius, and you've got Brahim Diaz because Arda Güler is injured, and Brahim Diaz didn't even come on. So they've got no one. You have to bring on Joselu, and I'm not saying Joselu is a bad player. I think he's a good squad player, but If you want to aim to win the Champions League and go and win La Liga this season and maybe go deep in one of the cup competitions like the Copa del Rey or maybe the Super Copa, you need depth, especially for Real Madrid. It's the attacking areas. I look at the midfield, I'm like, Bellingham, Camavinga, Valverde, Tchouaméni, Cruz, Modric, Ceballos is going to come back. Perfect. That's perfect. I look at the defense. Left back, Fran Garcia is good. Mendy can definitely come back and provide depth. Nacho can play there. Okay, it's alright. Right back, Carvajal, Vasquez, Odriozola. It's alright. It's not great. Centre backs, Alaba, Rudiger, Nacho can play there. But that's about it. So the centre back is another issue. But the striker, we are playing two wingers up top, Vinicius and Rodrigo, which obviously means Bellingham has to go forward, which is why he's getting so many goals. But you can argue that the goal today wasn't just a striker's goal. He, obviously it was off a corner, and the run that he made, obviously the header was flicked on by Joselu, and Bellingham just made that run. If he didn't make the run, he wouldn't have headed it home, really. He did well to get that header into the back of the net. But the depth of this team, considering that Militao and Courtois are going to be out until the end of the season, Dani Ceballos will probably return in the next week or two. He's already starting to train on his own. Mendy is starting to train on his own. So he'll be back in the next 2-3 weeks. Arda Güler is still out for another 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So the depth for me is the biggest concern. If I'm looking at this team, I'm like, look at all the young players on the pitch. They can work together. Like, except for Rudiger, Alaba, Carvajal, and maybe Kepa, the rest of the team are young players. And even Kepa's at 25, 26, isn't he? So this team has the potential for the next 5, 10, 15 years. But can this team win this season without a striker? And a striker is the biggest part of the team. Who's going to score the goals? If you don't have a striker, who's going to score the goals? And I put this statement out in the last review. I'm going to say it again. Right now, we are playing one game a week, and it's fine. It's fine. But wait until the Champions League comes back, and I believe the draw is in 4 or 5 days' time. Wait until the Champions League comes back, and then you have more games. Wait until the cup games, the domestic cup games comes back. You have got so many games. You're going to play another 45, 50 games this season without a striker. I mean, we're just not going to be able to compete with Bayern Munich, Man City for the Champions League. And we could go for La Liga. I think we could win La Liga. But the Champions League is going to be, a stretch. It's going to be a stretch. And today we showed that, yes, we can, pick up a win, score a goal when maybe things aren't going the best. And I believe that this team does have that spirit, does have that fight energy. But sometimes it's more than just the fight energy. Sometimes you need to have the quality in your team. You need to have the depth in your team. And I don't see us having enough depth to even have the fight energy. Because if you can't even have depth in your team, you don't even have that, you're not going to have more than that. You're not going to have the energy that, you would have if you have got a good squad, but you're just missing that something. But the problem is the striker. I'm very concerned. We are heading into the last few days of the window, and Mbappe is now stalled. He's not going to happen. There are even, news that he's going to sign a new contract. So, what has happened? What has gone wrong for Real Madrid in this transfer window? I don't know. But let's talk about the goal. I already talked about it briefly. Good goal, Jude Bellingham again. What a player he is. Star boy, Jude Bellingham, man. Absolutely brilliant. It's a good corner, flicked on by Joselu and headed in by Bellingham. Celta Vigo had a goal early on without for offside. Apparently Larson was holding on to Kepa, meaning that Kepa couldn't, clear the ball properly, and he just had to punch the ball. I think it was Bautran who took the shot and was deflected back in by Larson. It's not a goal. But I think it was kind of soft. But we've seen it before. As long as there's contact, the goalkeeper can, still be, what is that saying? What's the word? I don't know what's the word. But you'll still affect the keeper, even if it's just a minor contact. So yeah, I do kind of understand. Real Madrid had a goal disallowed, way offside. I don't even know what he was doing. In fact, who was it that was standing in the mouse offside position? Let me have a look. Is it even on here? Somewhere? It was sometime in the first half. I don't know where it is. Yeah, it was the 43rd minute. Bellingham. Yeah, he was way offside, wasn't it? Wait. No, it was not Bellingham. It was Joselu. Yeah, Joselu was way offside. I don't know what I was doing, to be honest. That was way off. But I want to talk about one player that I've already talked about, Vinicius Junior. Now he picked up what seemed to be discomfort in his hamstring. Now hamstring injuries, ACLs, they are the worst. They're the killers, right? They can take you out for months, and I mean months, right? Around the 11th, 12th minute mark, he was already feeling it. He was taken off. It seemed like they checked it, they put some bandage and everything, and apparently he was already, suffering from it, but then he was told to go back out and play. Now the first sign of having that is almost already a bad sign. The fact that he already felt it is not a good sign. But for Ancelotti to not react earlier and say, let's bring Joselu or let's bring Brahim Diaz on at that moment and let him carry on for a few more minutes before he eventually felt it again, I think could be costly. And so far, as I'm recording, I've not actually read any news as to how long he could be out for. I could try to find it. Somewhere, if it's somewhere. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, hopefully it's not long. I haven't seen it anywhere. But look, let's see what development comes out on this Vinicius Junior injury. But hopefully it's not serious, of course, because hamstring injuries can take you out for months, like I said. But overall, a good win. Jude Bellingham on the score sheet again. I mean, wow. Is that not 4 goals in 3 games now with 1 assist? Wow. But that is all for this review. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button instead. Subscribe, turn the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.